When it comes to learning biotypes in the workplace, you can understand that given the biological structure of someone, what is their superpower, what they're good at, because putting someone in the wrong position can hurt the company and can hurt their confidence too. Let's start by outlining the biotypes. We have four main cores in biotypes. Cholerics live in impulse. They value their ability or other people's ability to create results. And when they're out of balance, they usually fall into anger and they start exploding against themselves and other people. Then we move on to sanguines. They live in action. Everything has to do with the doing and the mechanical understanding of things. They really value experience. The experience that they're creating for themselves and for others. When they're out of balance, they can fall into excess very easily. Excess has to do with overworking yourself, not paying attention to your health, not paying attention to like small details that are important in your workplace or in personal relationships. Then we go to phlegmatics. Phlegmatics really live in emotion. That's their core. And that makes them really value relationships to people in particular, but also things, brands, products. And when they're out of balance, they go into sadness and depression, not feeling valued, getting offended by every little thing. And then we finally go to melancholics. Melancholics live in intellect. They really value intellectual certainty, having enough information and time to analyze information as to have certainty about where they're going, how they're doing it, how they're moving there. Now, when they're out of balance, they can fall into fear very easily because they're thinking of every horrible thing that they could go through. We've worked with companies all over the world. Pharmaceutical companies, education companies, governments, presidents, mayors, governors. When it comes to corporations, to the health industry, for example, one of the doctors in charge of the national health services in Mexico in the north, her results in people getting tested exactly as she wanted right after consultation with her went from 70% to 100%, just knowing exactly how to talk to them. We've supported amazing politicians win elections. For example, in the borough of Coajimalpa in Mexico City. Coajimalpa is a difficult area of the city because it harbors both some of the poorest areas of the city and also some of the richest areas of the city. A lot of corruption, a lot of gangs stealing from the rich, a little bit of kidnapping. It was crazy. As soon as I got there and I got introduced to the head of each department, I looked at the mayor and I said, I can tell you what the problem is here. Like, do you want to know why this is? And he said, why? And I said, okay, so you have every key player in the wrong position. All we had to do is we remove the melancholics for everything that has to do with service to the citizen because it's hard for them to communicate and they want everything to be fair and straight and rigid and very, very close to the original plan and structure that they had in mind. You need someone dynamic that has a specific criteria of how to speak to people, how to connect to them. Phlegmatics or sanguines. Then at the same time, they didn't really have an area of planning and everything that's needed to make sure that the money that the federal government gives to the borough of Coajimalpa was being spent the right way. And they had a sanguine there. You don't place a sanguine in that position. You place a melancholic. Someone whose biology won't let them sleep until the job is done, and it's absolutely just. It's absolutely fair for everyone around them with zero corruption. At the same time, they had a few phlegmatics in very important leadership roles. And depending on their personality, some of them could actually do it beautifully, but most of them couldn't because remember, for phlegmatics, relationships are more important than the end result. So losing the end result and saving someone, saving a friend, saving someone within the company, making them look good even when they're not really accomplishing what's needed from them is something that phlegmatics can fall into very easily. So we started putting cholerics in those positions. Cholerics can take an amount of responsibility that other biotypes could never live with. Cholerics are willing to carry the whole company on their back and be the face of the operation and be the one that gets blamed if something doesn't work properly. So you need someone with that strength and that power to be in key positions where they're managing everything and making sure that everything happens. We put cholerics in those positions and we made sure that phlegmatics were the ones in touch with community and managing roles that were about making a difference in the roughest areas of the city, getting in touch with the closest areas of the city, and also getting cholerics and sanguines in charge of the security of different areas in the city. Yeah. Guajimalpa put their corruption down 80% and is now considered the safest space in Mexico City. When it comes to individuals, how do you get the best out of people? How do you make them feel amazing about themselves, their talent, and belonging to the company? For example, something that we did for one of our clients, we started noticing their hiring pattern and how they were hiring very specific types of phlegmatics for sales. And the first thing I told them is that that's not the right biotype, but you're hiring extremely valuable people. Because the first thing they told me is, do I fire them? And I said, no, they're extremely talented, just not for sales. And they said, what do you want us to do? And I said, okay, take those two key players, two phlegmatic people, and take them to customer service. You were planning to hire people there, right? And they said, yes, too. We pushed them there, their sales went up, and now they have the best customer service in their industry. The real question is, how could you use this unfair advantage in your industry? We look forward to working with you.